Los Angeles, California, with the Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Oh, hello there, friends! Welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name is Kevin Kraft, joined once again by a man whose pants and underwear self-destructed 5 seconds ago, and now he's jacking his boner off as a fuse burns down to his pee hole. That's Geoff Clark.
What's up, Illuminati?
And beaming to us from midair after falling off a cliff, the bearded booger-eating stuntman known as Shuddy Boy.
Yo! Crap, crap.
And joining us in person for the first time in a long time, Alex Wilson is back. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah!
Hey guys, so good to be here.
I'm guessing based on your intros, you saw Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 this weekend, Kevin?
I did. Yeah. We'll get to that in a
Okay,
bit.
well, we will get to that because I also saw it, yes.
All right.
Awesome.
All four of us saw it.
Nice.
Yeah. Before we catch up with you, Alex, I did want to run something by the three of you. This is something that I saw posted on who I allegedly believe to be the government name of Pooping Kathy
Okay.
on Facebook, and posted about her boyfriend giving her a Colorado campfire. And I wanted to see
Well,
if
it would be her husband, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it be Chewy Lee?
Maybe she's got both.
maybe
That'd
yeah,
be pretty
maybe.
sweet, huh?
Double trouble.
Yeah, husband, boyfriend, I don't know, but I think she tagged the guy's name, so I wasn't thinking. I just wrote boyfriend, but
Let's just play it safe and call him fuck buddy.
yeah. I mean, who knows? This might have not even been Pooping Kathy. Who knows? I could be mistaken, but somebody I'm friends with on Facebook posted about getting a Colorado campfire, and I wanted to see if any of you know what that is without looking it up. And if you do know what it is, just wait a second, and everybody who doesn't, take a guess.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
I don't know, but I am checking Pooping Kathy's official Facebook to confirm if this is... How long ago was this on?
I don't know, within the past week.
Okay.
So, what do you think a Colorado campfire is?
These are my favorite jokes. Oh, no. Colorado campfire.
So I had to look this up on, because I didn't know, but I looked it up on Urban Dictionary.
Maybe it's like when you clam bake a car and have sex in it. Isn't Colorado
And-
known for its weed?
And yes, that was something... Pooping Kathy's official post was... Has anyone...
Shuddy, I was trying to give her like a little bit of anonymity, but
Oh, okay. Then never mind. I'll stop.
No, what's wrong with that? It's still Pooping Kathy. No one even uses Facebook anymore, as long as you don't say our government name.
yeah, I
I
guess we're safe. That's a good point.
It just says, has anyone ever tried a Colorado campfire? I really want to make one for blank. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google it.
I really want to make one.
All right. Well, that kind of ends my guess. I don't think you can make what I guess.
Yeah, I
guess you
context
could.
here.
Jeez. I don't know.
No guesses?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
No
guess. Is it?
I'm not creative enough to come up with a guess for what it could be that would...
How
I
dare
don't
you.
think it's.
You've been a
this.
podcast host for the better part of 12 years, Shuddy Boy. You are very creative.
Is it blowing smoke up the bum?
I was thinking that too, but
It's not a bad guess. All right, try this. Okay. Disregard the Colorado part. I feel like
Okay.
that's kind of getting you guys off track.
That's just alliteration.
Yeah.
Campfire. Okay. Does it have to do with smoke?
Kind of like a Colombian necktie.
Does
Isn't that when you
something-
like poop on someone's collarbone?
No.
Oh, no, wait. That's when you slit someone's throat and you pull their tongue out of it, right?
Yeah.
Man, what's the sex move I'm thinking about where you like
Whoa,
poop on someone's
that
neck?
doesn't get me hard.
Get Shuddy hard. Yeah.
No, Geoff
Okay.
used all that up in the Easter egg.
He doesn't. He has no more concrete to break.
Okay, there's nothing to do with smoke.
So nothing's burning actually in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Campfire. Oh,
And you got to build it.
Think about what you do at
has nothing to do
campfires.
with Colorado and has nothing to do with smoke. And at this point, it can mean anything. Those are the
Well,
worst
no.
clues ever.
Think about what you do at a campfire if you go camping.
Something to do with s'mores?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's the only thing I can think of because
All right, we'll take a stab.
Or ghost stories?
That's all I do. That's all I do when I go camping is eat s'mores.
Do you, I don't know, do you put a ghost in your,
A ghost?
is a ghost involved?
No.
Okay.
Fucking,
Well, you
a
tell ghost
fucking
stories
witch
around a
trial.
campfire.
That's true. Oh man, campfire.
I have a feeling you guys are going to kick yourselves when I tell you.
Shuddy, do you know
Well,
what it is?
Bro,
I have no idea what it is. None.
right.
What is it?
Having the
I'll tell you.
whistleblower of the
I'll tell you
information.
then. Okay. This is verbatim from the Urban Dictionary listing of a Colorado campfire. The act of stuffing a marshmallow up a girl's asshole and then proceeding to fuck the marshmallow deeply inside her like one was loading an old Civil War musket. Then, upon finishing inside said asshole, the female is asked to evacuate the contents upon two eagerly awaiting graham crackers. It is considered rude if the cracker is not consumed afterwards.
By who?
Rude to who?
That
Yeah.
is not specified.
Who is to eat the cracker? Who is to eat the butt s'more?
Whoever's hungriest.
And it's insulting to the other person not to eat it.
Yeah. Because, there's starving kids in India. You better not
I
waste it.
forgot how romantic Poop and Kathy gets on Facebook.
What a fucking gem. Like,
Colorado campfire.
she managed
Ridiculous.
to stump the four of us with something dirty. What a legend.
Oh, she's definitely dirtier than me.
We salute
Oh
you,
my
Poop and
god,
Kathy.
she's light years ahead of us.
I'm not kicking myself,
can-
though. I would not have guessed that.
I wouldn't have either.
Really?
Yeah, that
Like-
was not on the tip of my tongue.
S'mores, an act with a marshmallow.
I mean, when we were talking about s'mores, I had the idea of something with a marshmallow, but it would not have
Gone
been
in the
it
ass.
would have been like a marshmallow in the vagina, and that would have been the end of it. That's as far as I would have gotten. It wouldn't have been in the ass, then shit it out, and then eat the poopy cummy s'more.
I stand corrected. I should have gotten that one.
I don't want to eat a poopy cummy s'more. Well, we salute you, Poop and Kathy. Great work. So, Alex, how you been, man?
After that, I'm great.
Yeah, we had to put Alex on hold for that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, compared to that, my life is not very exciting. Oh, my God.
You haven't been fucking delivering Colorado campfires all around Nebraska?
No, I'm much more of a tiramisu kind of guy.
Oh, tiramisu?
Tiramisu.
All right.
Tearing
Is there
me
Someone has to-
poo.
I would say, is there a sex act for tiramisu? That feels like that could be a sex act. Urban Dictionary, that one.
It's got to involve
Wait, I'll look it
Well,
up.
lady
what are-
fingers.
Yeah. Okay, so tiramisu, let's break it down. There's a lot of cinnamon, right?
There's espresso.
Espresso.
Lady fingers.
Okay,
Lady fingers,
so-
I feel, is the big joke.
NASCAR pony. There's
Oh, really?
Definitely NASCAR. There is NASCAR pony in it. Yep.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, so we got a lot to work with here. How about you pour a shot of espresso in your asshole you dust the rim of your anus with cinnamon, and then a lady fingers you. Huh? Huh?
I don't love. I mean, I love it, but I don't want it.
I mean, I don't want a Colorado campfire either, if we're being honest.
Seems. I mean, Jeff, would you snack attack that?
No, I would not.
Oh,
Man, Urban
a little
Dictionary.
too much shit, not enough cum.
Yeah, Urban Dictionary does some great work. One of the better websites on the internet. One of their definitions for tiramisu is when someone takes a shit on a pillow, then comes on top of the shit.
Why does it have to be on a pillow?
Can it be any kind of pillow?
Maybe it's the white on black contrast, right? Isn't there dark and white in tiramisu? Right, like the dark from the coffee flavoring and then the cream. What the fuck are you laughing at? I'm trying to break it down further. You guys asked me a question.
I just love giving you all the time in the world where you have to keep just digging deeper into explanations of things.
I know. It's fun to not acknowledge you because then you keep just thinking that you're wrong and just keep going.
All right. Another definition they have is when a lady masturbates with a coffee, then ejaculates onto her hand. No.
Yeah, I don't know why the hand had to be involved.
When giving you head and you come unexpectedly to the point where it makes them cough.
That's tiramisu.
Well, I guess sometimes
Yeah.
you eat tiramisu and you inhale the dust and you cough.
Oh, that's a similar sensation, I guess.
But that's a reach.
My favorite was the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're all kind of weak. I feel like we could do better. I don't know. I kind of feel like mine, not to pat myself on the back, but I feel like mine smoked those.
I mean, yeah.
What did you say again?
You pour a shot of espresso in your asshole and then dust the rim of your anus with cinnamon, and then a lady fingers you.
That is pretty good.
So you get the cappuccino, you get the cinnamon, and the lady fingers.
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
know.
it's kind of disappointing the other people weren't incorporating ladyfinger in there.
Yeah. Come on. But it's
It's
Urban
right
Dictionary.
there.
We expect better of you.
Yeah.
Great work on the Colorado campfire, though. Solid.
Yeah. I mean, fucking Hoop Kathy has been delivering us content for years.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
she goes back further than me with this podcast.
If you had to guess that in real life, how many Colorado campfires have actually occurred?
0.
You don't think somebody read that and was like, ha ha ha, let's do it?
I used to think that nobody had ever done a Blumpkin, but then I changed my mind and I was like, someone's definitely done Blumpkins.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah. For sure. It's probably been...
Probably in most, like, bar bathrooms.
Well, I mean, it can't be... It's not head on a toilet, right? It's head on a toilet while you're taking a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There has to be poo coming out of your ass while you're getting a blowjob.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah, so I don't even know. I just feel like there's got to have been a porn before. I'm on my work computer. I'll pick it up on my phone. Hold on.
All right, while Geoff is looking that up on his phone, we got to come up with some alliteration for Nebraska
Oh,
that you can bring back with you.
Oh, the... Oh, like,
We could do it-
I see what you're saying.
We could do a Nebraska necktie.
You could do a Nebraska necktie. I don't know what's going to be different
Okay,
than that
okay.
than the Peruvian.
I think I got it. Okay.
Or
so
how
you
about
get
Nebraska Nutella?
I think both would work. So you take an extra large Magnum condom and you poop in it for like 3 days straight, and you make almost like a crazy balloon that a clown would have,
Yep.
like a real long one,
like a big sausage.
and then you tie it like a tie around someone's neck.
And that's the end of it.
Yeah,
They just walk around.
yeah, with a turd tie.
Take it to a child's birthday party.
Well, yeah. Enough of all that shit. What's new with you, Alex?
You know, I'm excited to be in LA. I got in like Saturday morning at like 10 a.m. I had been up since like 5 flying out here. And my friends took me out to just like a bunch of bars that night. So I got back on LA time. So I'm kind of chilling now. We went to this weird bar called Zebulon. Have you ever heard of it? It's like an
No.
Atwater.
Sounds like it would be sci-fi themed or something.
It's not, but it's just full of like everyone wears weird costumes. Like there was a guy out back and he had like a legit like Sherlock Holmes style pipe. Like one of the big twisty ones, and it had like the wood bulb at the end, and he was like smoking out of that.
Yeah, that's when you know you're back in LA.
Yeah, exactly.
If somebody is unironically smoking out of a Sherlock Holmes pipe.
Like in the back
He got a
patio of a
fucking
bar.
corn cob pipe.
Yeah, did he have a mustache that was like twisted up into spindles?
You know he had that, and then he had the goatee that came down too, that like came to a little point.
All of his clothes from a thrift shop?
Yeah, I was talking to someone who had on, also I believe unironically, a like big bomber jacket that said Fast and Furious on the back.
Love it.
Did it have a Mumford and Sons pin?
That would be great if it had a Mumford and Sons pin or like a patch on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my Saturday night, getting back really, hitting the LA scene hard.
And then getting ready to head down to San Diego for
Yeah.
Comic-Con.
I'm driving down Wednesday morning. It's going to be crazy. You're going too.
Yep. Yeah. Heading down Thursday night at some point.
Are you guys any less excited about it now that the Screen Actors Guild is on strike?
If anything, I'm kind of more excited.
Yeah, I never see celebrities there anyways. I never go to any of the panels. I never camp out for a week in advance to get into any of the Hall H shit.
I'm the same.
I'm wondering what sort of announcements there even would be.
Yeah, I mean, beyond just like showing some trailers and maybe telling some like stories or whatever. There weren't really going to be any announcements. Like none of the big players had really panels scheduled anyway, right?
I don't think so, but like, I don't know. I feel like so with the SAG rules, obviously they can't shoot any studio stuff. So all network TV, streamer, studio projects, movies, TV shows, all have been halted production that we're shooting. Actors can't tweet any promotion stuff. They can't appear on podcasts to promote any upcoming projects, but the studio still can. So I guess if like Marvel and Disney had trailers they were holding on to, they're not being scabs by putting that stuff out. It's just the actors can't do any promotion.
I saw a lot of stuff is changing from like panels to screenings. Like Good Omens, their panel switched to now, I think, like a screening of the first episode of season 2.
Oh.
So I think that's maybe what you'll see a little bit more down there, that we'll see like some more screenings of like the first episode of the next season or something, or like 10, 15 minutes of this movie or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, most of the stuff that I go to Comic-Con for, you and I have very similar Comic-Con schedules. Like a lot of just walking the floor, looking at costumes, looking at the booths, buying some actual comics, a lot of times picking up some original art.
Yeah, like
I'm
hitting art books, hitting the Artist Alley.
Yeah. I'm going to have to skip that part for this year.
Oh, the OG art. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not going down that train either. There's just so much stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know if you knew, Alex, but Kevin can't do it because he doesn't have a job.
Well, I figured that was part of it, but
Yeah.
Kevin's unemployed.
he'll still have fun.
I'm fun employed. I get, we get some money from this.
There's Patreon.
Keeps the lights on.
How does Nope, I'm straying too far from the Comic-Con talk. I'm sorry.
Oh, I mean, feel free. Take a jaunt.
How does this new wrinkle in the striking entertainment industry impact John Cooper? I mean, obviously you can't do table reads or anything anymore.
Nope. Yeah, all that stuff is gone. But we are in indie, and their big beef is with studios and streamers because they're the ones that are like fucking everybody over. So they are giving vouchers out to certain indie productions to allow them to shoot. So we're looking into that, and we're also, because we want to be very protective of the actors. So we want to make sure that all this stuff is legit, above board, and won't, if the actors want to do it and SAG lets us, we want to make sure that won't negatively affect anybody going forward. So,
because if you were just to start filming right now, just for argument's sake, and all of those actors are union and they agreed to film, they'd get into deep shit, right?
Yes.
Like they'd get kicked out of the guild.
They could, or they could just get frozen out of work for being scabs. So the biggest priority is looking after our actors, which everybody, if you check out the John Cooper Instagram or the Facebook page, I went day by day and just announced all the leads. So I can go over those real quick for you. We've got playing the character Dusty. Here's a big stretch for you. Dustin Ibarra. The great, legendary MSPH alum Dustin Ibarra is one of the leads. Trevor Walls is playing Clint. And let's see, Alana Kohanchi is playing Jessa. She's been in WandaVision, so we got a nice little MCU connection.
Ooh.
She's been in Brooklyn
What's her name
Nine-Nine.
again?
Ilana Kohanchi.
This movie has
Ilana
Disney Plus written all over it.
Kohanchi.
Yeah, she's been in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Veep, Chicago PD, Atlanta. She's a fucking G. She's awesome. And John Cooper is played by Lane Compton, who's done some TV work and a shitload of VO work. Like, his voice, like, hearing him deliver the lines, he's just got this, like, insane voiceover voice. It's fucking awesome. And he is just, like, when we saw his audition, like, the casting director was like, okay, I'm not trying to, put my thumb on the scale, but in this first round of auditions we got, I'm pretty sure we found John Cooper. And I'm not going to say who. I just want to get your reaction. So I started watching him, and the second I saw Lane, I was like, oh, it's Lane Compton, right? Like, easy. And they were like, yeah. So that was one of the easiest casting decisions we had. He's fucking awesome. So if you check out the Instagram page, and by the way, shout out to everybody who's followed it already. We're already above 1,300 followers. People are being really active on the posts and stuff. So when it comes time to sell the movie and buyers look at stuff like that, like, the more comments, the more people that are, like, publicly stating how pumped they are to see it, it's going to make our job of selling it that much easier. So thank you to everybody who checked it out and posted all that sweet, sweet stuff all over the place. But yeah, it's looking like, I mean, we don't shoot for 2 more months. I guess technically now a little bit less than 2 months, but everybody is of the mindset that hopefully the strike will be over by then anyway, and we won't have to worry about trying to get a voucher. But yeah, it's also pretty crazy just seeing the people that are, like, taking the studio's side with it on social media and, like, oh, that's what you get for being woke. Ugh. It's like, to take you to school a little bit, whose fucking ideas do you think all of these are? It's the studio. All of these movies, the superhero movies that everybody is all, like, up in arms, burnt out on, sequels, prequels, stuff that was an existing book or a video game, whose ideas do you think all of that stuff is? It's fucking studios. The people that you're arguing to get more money.
It's sort of like when you hear people talk about, oh, just go back to the office already. Work from home's dumb. And it's just like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, shut the hell up with that shit.
Yeah, I don't know why everybody is, like, such corporate bootlickers, but, like, all the ideas that you're somehow bummed about, like, all these people that are like, yeah, well, fuck the writers, fuck the actors, there's no good movies or TVs coming out anyway. First off, there's fucking tons of awesome shit coming out.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
what sort of crack you guys are smoking, but we're not in the age of spec scripts. That, like, peaked in the 90s and gave us awesome shit like Quentin Tarantino movies, Kevin Smith movies, fucking spec scripts. They weren't ideas from that studios came up with and then hired writers to write it. It was writers coming up with their own original ideas, and spec scripts ruled the fucking land. back in the day. Like my buddy Andy Kevin Walker was working at Tower Records in New York in the early 90s. Came up with an idea for a movie, wrote the script, networked it, got sold, and they made 7. Like, that's where the fucking good ideas came from, the writers. And all of a sudden, studios were like, nope, we're so fucking greedy and money hungry. We'll take it from here. We know what's best. And that's why they're putting out all this stuff that you claim to hate. And then you're just like, yeah, fuck the writers. Give the people making all these bad decisions that I hate more money. It's just, I don't know. Like, I get it. Maybe going out in public and punching yourself in your own dick is a cool own, but I don't know. Pretty fucking dopey if you ask me. Like, all the ideas that you claim to hate, your retribution is to give the people responsible for all of that more money and then starve out the writers. It's just fucking brainless to me. I don't know. Whatever. Fuck me.
Ultimately, it is a battle between those guys, right? The studio execs and the writers. Like, there's nothing that the public opinion does to sway either side, right?
Yeah. And, like, the stuff that people are fighting for, it's not so, like, George Clooney and Brad Pitt can get more money. It's for the lower tier people, 85% of SAG.
It's for, like, the middle class of the entertainment industry.
Yeah, I think the average Hollywood writer makes, like, $68,000 a year, which in Los Angeles is below the poverty line. Like, 85% of SAG, I think, doesn't even make enough money to get health insurance. And, like, that's why people are striking. That's why they're fighting, because it just keeps... Like, here, I'll give you a quick summary of what people are actually fighting for. When you write and act in something in TV, you get residuals and stuff. And it dwindles over time. So, like, you know, if you appeared on a TV show in, like, the 90s, you're still getting checks for it, but they're probably, like, dollars or pennies.
They get prorated.
Yeah. So, once streaming sort of took over and drank that milkshake, the streaming rules and compensation didn't keep up with TV. So people are still writing and creating all this shit, but the average pay for a writer has gone, in the past 5 years, has gone down 14%. So as inflation and cost of living goes up, the pay of writers has gone down 14%. And if you look at the executives and CEOs, their pay has fucking skyrocketed. Like, in the past 5 years, those CEOs have maybe made like $500 million. So they got the money to fucking pay people. They're just greedy and don't want to. They're also trying to screw people out. Like, I've seen people that are background work actors, like background extras, who have, like, they get offered these, like, really shady deals to scan their likeness and get a one-time fee to then use their likeness to be duplicated, replicated, without their consent in any way that they choose, in perpetuity with zero compensation. So they're basically wiping out an entire field of actors for no money. And people just want the same residual structure from television over to streaming. It's not... No one's asking for anything all that crazy. It's just... I don't know, and it's the same reason all these other industries are all striking at the same time. It's just... If people don't strike right now, the middle class is just going to be fucking obliterated. And, you know, protection from AI. They want protection from AI, which is going to hurt the people that make the least amount the most. It's not going to hurt, you know, the Tom Cruises and the fucking, yeah.
It's just going to keep Tom Cruise looking young.
Yeah, which, I don't know, looks pretty awesome in that new Mission Impossible. He doesn't need that much work yet.
He'll be 80 playing himself as a teenager.
But, like, it's people aren't asking for ridiculous shit here. And then, you know, there's this quote from some studio executive who's like, yeah, our plan is basically to wait it out till all these people lose their mortgages in their apartments. It's like...
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
most.
Dude, Ron Perlman went nuts over that.
Ron Perlman's
Ron
response was
Perlman lost his
insane.
shit over it.
He goes, "There's
Good.
more than one way to lose your house."
Yeah, like you greedy
Hey, you
fucking
motherfucker.
scumbags. Fuck these fucking people. I can't believe anybody is like cheering on the studio side. It's absolutely fucking crazy. You want like people losing their jobs en masse for what? It's fucking
We're all
preposterous.
going to lose our jobs soon to AI. So.
Yeah, and this is the fucking tip of it.
Yeah, be careful what you say. Be careful
didn't
what you
tweet
say.
it. I
Be
won't
careful
tweet
what
it.
you say.
Yeah, I mean,
I
this
learned my
is
lesson.
pretty much the front lines of AI. If it doesn't fucking get chopped off here, it's coming for everybody.
What? Oh my God! It's Hollywood is the fucking
The line
they're
in the
the
sand.
fucking
Well, no, I mean, this is the
Yeah.
first place where AI artists are the first place where it's like you see all these like Chat GPT things taking over like writing shit. Like
supposedly they're taking over like Harvard teaching jobs too.
yeah, and like remember when people were uploading their pictures to some AI service and it was spitting out these like really cool paintings and graphic designs of them like in spaceman outfits and flying around on other planets and all that shit. Like
Of course, I remember.
yeah, all that stuff like it's fun to fuck around with now, but that's going to wipe all those jobs out and then it's just going to keep creeping and creeping and creeping.
Yeah.
So I hope they fucking hold these studio executives assholes over the fire. Greedy fucking pricks.
Telling you, we gotta push back on AI. I'm rooting for your comrades to have some success in this field.
Yeah, you've been waving the anti-AI flag for a long time.
Since T2, baby.
Yeah. Since the early 90s, Geoff has been very anti-AI and very anti-asteroid.
Yep.
To be fair, Geoff
My
has a
brother
lot
was
of
telling me
antis.
today. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
To be fair, Geoff has a lot of antis.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got a lot of vendettas. My brother was telling me he was listening to a podcast about Armageddon because it's the 25th anniversary of Armageddon.
Nice.
He was listening to a podcast about movies, and they brought up Armageddon, its 25th anniversary. And he was saying how the interest of that movie partially led to more NASA funding, specifically for like telescopes to detect asteroids.
No
and now
way.
we can see asteroids and predict like their trajectory 100 years in advance. So like I guess like the point of the segment or the title of the segment that the podcaster brought up is Bruce Willis actually did save the world.
Well, the same way like NASA still uses the black hole model that Christopher Nolan made in that Interstellar movie.
Really?
Yeah, they're still like, no, that's probably the best depiction we have of a black hole still.
Holy shit. Yeah, see? Fucking movies are awesome.
Yeah, they can
I'll show you a better picture of a black
get some
hole.
science done.
Oh, speaking of movies, who here likes Predators?
You guys want a sequel?
Here's Predator 4, The Poopening. Man, but I'm actually kind of pumped to be in San Diego for a little bit. I wonder if it's going to weed out some of the like stinkier fellow Comic-Con goers who are just there to like
That's my hope.
see famous people.
It's gonna get rid of some of the kind of like, I really want to meet so and so actor because
The
of...
starfuckers.
Yeah, like just starfuckers. Yeah, 100%. And you're gonna get more people like us who are just like, yeah, like let's go hang out and have fun and
Yeah, let's go read some comics.
yeah, and bullshit around and yeah. So I'm hoping it's more of like a chill vibe and less of a hurried big lines.
Yeah.
And I always hated it. This is such a like fucking dumb complaint, but I always hated when they like closed down a section you were walking in so like celebrities could pass through.
Yep. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I have to sit and watch this celebrity for a minute. Oh, hello, Chris Evans. Hurry up, please.
Yeah, and they have like an ocean of people around them.
Oh, yeah.
And like nerds are like trying to push through them.
Yeah,
It
it's
gets
all
pretty
the-
rabid.
All the guys in like black suits.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely can't do. This is my birthday on Saturday, and it's a very insignificant one. Nobody gives a flying fuck about 41. You don't really
Yeah, it
celebrate
is.
that. Like, I don't even want to really tell anybody. I don't want to do anything. It's like, this is not worth
You don't want to
acknowledging.
acknowledge it.
I was going to
Yeah.
get you a sash.
Well, I mean, if you already ordered it, I'll wear it for you, Alex.
A crown with it.
But like, I can't do my. Remember that one year when we all stayed in a hotel and I think I like slept on your floor, and then on my birthday, because Comic-Con always falls on my birthday, we woke up and I think you poured me a bowl of whiskey because we didn't have any glasses or anything, but there was just a bowl in the room, and you just poured a bunch of whiskey in it, and I just drank it out of the bowl.
I vaguely remember that. That sounds right.
And that was like first thing waking up in the morning, and I definitely was a little wobbly walking into the convention.
As you should be.
And then the one time when I allegedly ate some gummy bears or Sour Patch Kids that might have had or may not have had LSD drops on them.
May or may not.
Who knows?
I think I'm going to... the strongest thing I will be consuming is perhaps a vanilla latte. Because I'm old and I cannot hang like I used to.
You
It's
hang
sad.
pretty well. You can hang.
Not these days.
I feel bad at like my hanging ability. I get like after
You're still in your 20s, goddammit.
for like a few more months. I'm almost 30, man, and it's scary.
Well,
Yeah, it is.
Terrifying.
Let me tell you, life changes completely when you're on the side of 30.
I can imagine. Well, I'm going to experience it soon.
well, I'm now at the point in life, and Shuddy, let me know because you know
Kevin's old enough to be your dad.
we're about to about to be in the
Papa-
same
Papa Kevin.
the same zone here. Do you wake up and now things just hurt?
There's definitely more stiffness at wake up time than there used to be.
Yeah, for the past 3 weeks, every morning when I wake up, my left Achilles tendon hurts with every step I take for about 45 minutes.
Now, let me ask this. Do you stretch at all?
Okay.
That's for pussies.
I will say kinda.
Okay.
I started working the exercise bike back into rotation, so I do stretches and planking before I get on the bike. So I do stretch a little bit,
Okay.
but it's not helping. My Achilles tendon is fucked. My ribs hurt for some weird reason all the time. It's at that point.
You
I'm at
take
that
a
point
few
in the
ribs
game.
out.
Yeah, and then I can blow myself like Marilyn Manson,
Yeah.
apparently.
Allegedly.
That's what I meant.
Well done.
Thank you. You guys always got my back.
I mean, come on. You see some of those Cirque du Soleil performers, and you're like, you got the flexibility.
Oh, yeah. I've seen...
Oh, they could definitely suck their own dicks.
I believe they could tongue their own bunguses. Some of them. Okay, question for the room.
Answer for you.
If you could comfortably tongue your own anus, would you do that whilst jacking off?
No.
I don't think I'd ever trust my butt to be that clean.
What about in the shower?
Having my butt licked by anyone, is not something that's on my radar of things I want to try, and so definitely not being licked by myself.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you not want a tungus in your bungus because you are self-conscious about your horrible anus?
Enus.
Because
Not really.
that's been my hang-up. I just couldn't let a girl do that because I would feel bad for her. I feel like my butthole is a hole of horrors. I don't want anybody's face back there, but I don't give a fuck about myself. I might do it.
See, I'd be more willing. I feel like I wouldn't want to do it myself. I'd just be like, oh, this is such a chore.
Geoff, we already know your answer.
Just feels like such an extra step.
What are you talking about if I could do it?
Yeah, I've already tried.
Why do you think I was late signing on to Zoom?
Yeah, I've tried to tongue my own. Wait, it's tongue your own anus and jerk off while in the shower?
Yeah, you give yourself a rusty trombone.
The
Give yourself
shower's not that big.
a Louis Armstrong, if you will. Oh, wait, he played the trumpet.
Yeah.
Never mind. Oh, I got it. You call it a real big fish.
Nice. That's a good one. I kind of had a random brain question I thought of actually weeks ago. I was walking. I think about this every now and then, and I just burst out laughing randomly when I think about it. We
All right,
talk
well, here,
about
like,
this
if we're gonna do this, let's cue it up proper.
Do it right.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for today's random brain question.
Thank you. So yeah, I randomly think about this and I'll start laughing hysterically. And we talked about this on a recent podcast, but it was like a social media video, like man on the street, but not the man on the street. It's similar setup. It's just people asking random kids like random questions, whatever. And one of the questions this kid got asked was what would be the first thing you would do if you turned into a woman? And without blinking, like without even thinking, he said, I'd let all the homies hit it. And just how quickly he said it was fucking hilarious. Like, it was hilarious. And I don't know if that's gay. I don't know if that's if that's cool, if that's a comrade. I don't know there's a lot to unpack in that. So I guess the random brain question I had would be we'll do Kevin and Alex. If Shuddy turned into a hot girl and you saw Shuddy before and after, and you knew that Shuddy had changed into a hot girl, and you knew he would come back to Shuddy eventually, would you fuck Shuddy?
No.
Are we talking like Zendaya?
I
hot
think you
here?
guys should ask me if I turned into a hot chick if I would fuck either of them.
Oh, come on. We all know you would, Shuddy.
Oh, don't worry. You get to answer that question next.
Because if I was a hot chick, I would. Alex, maybe. Kevin, no fucking way.
Yeah, I would split Shuddy open.
Wow. Blow Shuddy's back out.
Yeah, so when Shuddy transforms back into a man, is he still pregnant? Is my question.
No, there's a miscarriage in the transformation.
Oh, man. Okay.
Go on.
I will say this. He doesn't sound like Shuddy Boy, right? He's not going to be like, oh, yeah, give it to me.
No.
Pound my
it's a
ass.
hot chick for a day. You have one day to just
One day.
run through
Oh,
Shuddy
God.
as many times as you can.
No, because Shuddy Boy's going to remember it.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah. No, I couldn't.
Is he a good homie like the guy on the social media video?
I will say, if Shuddy Boy looked like Zendaya and was very aggressive, it would take some effort to shoo him away. That's for damn sure.
The only thing is Zendaya or hot chick Shuddy, it doesn't have the same vocal inflection, but it says she says the same kind of stuff.
Yeah, the second you see her pick a booger out and eat it.
Yeah. She's like, come on, bro, you're not gonna. Shuddy's like, come on, bro, you're not gonna fuck me. I'm hot finally.
Is she gonna be like, can you dress up as He-Man for me?
Yeah, I don't think I couldn't bring myself to do it, because then once Shuddy turns back into Shuddy, it's going to be so fucking awkward for the rest of our lives.
And then Shuddy's like, hey, man, remember that time?
Shuddy?
The time you nutted in 30 seconds because I was a fucking LA 9.5.
Hey, what's up there, Captain Two-Pump Chump?
Hey there, big guy. How you doing?
Yeah, that's going to be a hard pass.
Fair enough. Well, thanks for thinking about it.
Look,
Well, what about you, Geoff?
No, I wouldn't.
If Kevin turned into one of those...
Kevin. Well, he didn't say that.
Yeah, what if I turned into Wet Melons?
Turn into one of them or the Coffee Sisters or whatever.
Yeah, what if
Oh.
Kevin put a wig on?
I picked Kevin because he's kind of halfway there.
Yeah,
You got the Ellen
but, I mean,
Yeah.
put a wig on and fuck Kevin's ass pussy. I don't know. I'd have to think about that.
I mean, I kind of have like a meaty grundle, so I could like fold it up into taco shape, and you could just like titty fuck my grundle right now.
How does that sound, Geoff? Drive
I
up.
think we should get out of this conversation. That might be the gayest thing that's ever been said on
New
this
Patreon
podcast.
exclusive.
What is it?
I have a meaty grundle. I can fold it, and you can titty fuck my grundle. I think that's set a new that's raised the bar on gay. Like I think we've done the gayest conversation we could, and I'm proud of us. But I'm
We
I'm
did
not
it, guys.
partaking anymore.
We fucking did it. It took us 13 years, but we did it. Damn it! How did I lose the Shuddy cough button? Oh, damn it! I'll just fix that in post. Do some clever editing. I was just the whole grundle thing. So I was using the John Cooper Instagram account today, and the suggested posts under the little magnifying glass thing was like filthier than my personal one. It was like nothing but hot chicks. And I know you guys will
Were
believe
they
me when
AI girls still?
No, they were real, cuz like I was trying
This time they were real.
I was trying to type in to search for one of the actors, but I hit one of the actual posts, and it brought up this blonde girl who was wearing, I don't know, some sort of like red leather strap number. And she had this hip-hop song playing where this guy was talking about, like, one of the things said, like, play with my gooch when you give me head. It was like just all this nasty shit. And one of the lines was, play with my gooch while you give me head. And I was like, man, you know what? It makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside that the whippersnappers are still saying gooch. I think grundle is funnier, but there hasn't been some new like lit term that replaced what you call a taint.
I call it the fleshy underbridge.
A lot of syllables, but I like it.
So are you a three-finger fleshy underbridge like we
you
are?
might have to go
or-
to the bathroom and measure, unless Kevin wants to watch.
I mean, I could put the blinders up if you want to measure your grundle right now. I'll just turn the laptop like this so it's shielding.
Just shielding you, but
Yeah.
the viewers will be scarred still.
No, I did it
I mean-
on the show.
So did
Pick
I.
up in the reflection on one of those.
Jeff's the only one that didn't measure their grundle with their fingers on the show or at all ever.
Yeah, and you know why, right, Alex?
Because it's either giant or really tiny.
Yeah.
One of the two.
I'm very
Jeff
nervous
is-
that I have a micro grundle.
It's just like this, like
I already get
like-
the vibe. I have a micro grundle. I don't even need to measure.
you-
I'm very nervous that I have a micro grundle.
is it like is it 3 fingers across, or what are you doing?
So you take
3
them like
fingers
this.
from the base of the ball sack.
Okay.
So across.
So
I
your
know
butthole.
we're telling this is your first time.
I can tell this is you. Do you say that a lot, Geoff?
I said, don't pretend like it's your first time. Come on.
Oh, I thought you said, I can tell it's your first time.
No, he said, don't pretend it's your first time.
I kind of feel like all grundles are pretty much created equal.
Yeah.
Like, otherwise, you'd just be pooping on your own nutsack all the time. Talk about a flaw in the design.
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, it's already not great. Like, you put the sewage and the entertainment center in the same place.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes the sewage, for some people, is their entertainment center.
I mean, that's true.
Just look at Germans.
In general.
Wait a second. While we're doing, tried and true bits, Alex, didn't you prepare a couple of questions of your own?
For
Oh,
Geoff?
God. Here we go. This show's going to get even gayer. I didn't think that was possible.
Hey, Pride Month is over, but we support our gay listeners here at MSPH. So, without further ado, Alex, I know you've prepared a treasure trove of questions for Geoff.
Yeah.
No, I should have
What's
videotaped
up,
that guy
dude?
outside of.
It's time to find out what it would take for Geoff Clark to suck a dick. Oh, yeah.
You want to do like 2 or 3 here, 2 or 3 on Patreon?
Yeah, that sounds fair.
I like that you have that many of them.
Yeah,
5. I have 5.
How many do you have?
5 total. So let's start off with: would Geoff suck a dick, or Kevin and Shuddy are going to pick a tattoo for your forehead?
Oh man, I would blow the Harlem Globetrotters to get out of that one. In a row.
That's a really good one.
And you know Shuddy and I are not going to show mercy.
Yeah.
They're going to lead hard into it.
God.
I'll get it like that chick that got Drake in gigantic letters.
I'm trying to think of something.
Gonna be like the Impractical Jokers when they made the one guy get the portrait of Jalen Smith on his thigh.
Dude,
I don't even...
Jaden, not Jalen. Jaden.
Oh,
Smith.
really?
Yeah.
keep my name out. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. I'm trying to think of a way to get out of this, but I can't. I really don't want that tattoo, so you got me. I'll take the dick.
Yay!
Wow.
Present me
job.
the penis.
I couldn't find the achievement button, so this sounded victoriously enough.
I got a long list of them, and I've been tracking the ones you say yes to.
What's the success rate?
I'm like, I'd have to go through and check, but I seem to get them pretty, like, about half the time, maybe. Like
Eat that
50-50.
daddy dick.
We'll do this one next. Would you rather suck a dick or join the Russian army and be put on the front lines in Ukraine?
Eat that daddy dick. I'll work as a mercenary for Russia.
You're going to go fight Ukraine?
Yeah, I don't really care about Ukraine enough to suck a dick to save them. I mean, that's not even what I would do. It's just
you would just get murdered.
I'd get some. Maybe not. Maybe I would kill a few Ukrainians.
I mean, they're doing pretty well against the entire Russian army and an entire army of, like, mercenaries. So you go out in the front lines with no combat training.
And you're also not a mercenary. You're in the Russian army.
Well,
Oh, greetings, comrades.
yeah, fair enough. I was going to say in this case, I would. Well, okay, yeah, fair enough.
You guys got any vodka?
No, I wouldn't suck that dick. I would just murder some Ukrainians or die in the battle. How long do I have to be in battle?
I mean, until it's over.
Dude, we keep giving them money. It's never going to end.
Well, I mean,
What time is chow?
it'd be like Jeff Mash.
Yeah, Russian mash. I did not remember the fucking theme song to that sitcom. No, I'm not sucking the dick.
Okay.
Fuck the Ukrainians.
That's a no. All right, we'll
I'm
do.
a fucking cock. I'm a goddamn cock. Hand me an AK-47 and a Molotov cocktail. Let's get to business.
I mean, at this
Let's
point,
get this over with. What
you're probably getting a knife and a slice of bread.
Yeah. R.I.P.
are you
Jeff
talking
Clark.
about? You don't think they have any weapons in Russia?
No, I know. I'm just joking.
And if Fortnite is any indication, Jeff will be off blowing up an empty building by himself.
Yeah. Hey, comrades, I have 3 medkits.
Comrades, I got a port bunker.
Oh, sweet, they brought balloons back. Whee!
I'll ask this one. I think it might have been asked, but I'm going to roll it. Suck a dick or you have NBA level basketball skills?
No,
Wait,
I'm not
suck a
sucking
dick to get NBA basketball skills?
Yeah, to get. Sorry.
No
I don't
way.
know. Think about the shame
Pass.
you could put on instinctual motivation next time you see him at the court.
You said yes to the one where you win every fight. I thought this would be of a similar vein.
Think about all the
It
money you
is.
could make hustling people white men can't jump style.
Oh yeah,
More people. Well, I guess maybe not. I was gonna say more people fight than play basketball, but I just feel like having the skill to fight is more useful than being good at basketball. So I was able to talk myself into a dick that time. But this one, no go.
All right. Well,
all right.
1 out
And
of
you have
3.
a few more for Patreon, or
I
no?
got 2 more. We'll do 2 more on Patreon.
Nice.
Nice.
Something to look forward to. Something we could all use. Oh. So, we all ended up seeing the same movie this weekend. Shuddy Boy, when did you go see it?
Yesterday.
Oh, so I think we all saw it same exact day.
Where? What theater did you go to, Kevin?
Well, Geoff and I and Carl and House Clark and Paul and a few other people went...
Say his name correctly.
It's just Paul.
Oh, there we go. We went to the
People
Chinese...
won't know who you're talking about if
That's
you don't
true.
say it right.
We went to the Chinese theater in Hollywood and saw it in the main theater with all the handprints out front.
That's such a cool theater.
The IMAX. Yeah, it was sick.
So you saw it in IMAX technology.
Yes. Yeah. Alex, did you
Yeah.
see it at City Walk?
Yeah, I saw it at the AMC City Walk,
Nice.
the Universal.
And Shuddy, where'd you go? Cinemark?
AMC
With the garbage people.
in Dolby.
I mean, I sat next to Geoff, and Geoff was doing a lot of scoffing throughout the movie. So
It had a lot of corny lines. So.
It did. There was a lot of corniness and cliched out dialogue and very corny line delivery, but I still had a
So-
fucking blast.
Draven and I watched Fallout Saturday night, and that one was really fucking corny.
That's
They're
the
all
one with
kinda corny.
Henry Cavill, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's based on a TV show from the 60s.
Well, the fact that
So
they
of
like,
course it's going to be corny.
they shoehorn the masks into every movie is also like kind of leans into that too, where it's just like,
Yeah.
oh, they're always wearing silly masks and impersonating people, and
I mean, the first Mission Impossible movie came out in 1996. It was directed by, I think, Brian De Palma, right?
It was a serious movie, yeah. It was serious as fuck.
Yeah, that's
because
the one
Draven and
that's-
I watched all of them start to finish in preparation for Dead Reckoning.
and then the second one's John Woo, right?
Yeah.
It's like
Third,
a
third one is
gung fu movie.
J.J. Abrams. And then I think Christopher McQuarrie did the rest of them.
4, I feel like, is like the turning point in the series. Like the
Yes.
same way Fast and Furious like has a turning point at 5. I feel like this, like Mission Impossible, has a turning point at 4.
Yeah, it kind of like turns into just, insanely crazy, over-the-top action.
Yeah,
But
they
I don't know,
really
I
lean
haven't-
into it a lot more. It becomes more like that Tom Cruise stunt vehicle.
Yes. But I feel like I have to rewatch it because it's been a while, but I always remember liking Mission Impossible 3 the best, with Philip Seymour Hoffman as the bad guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Such a fucking good bad guy in that.
Is that the one
Awesome.
that starts off with like the helicopter rescue?
I think so, yeah, with Kerry Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the right one. Yeah,
Yes,
but I mean,
that's that one.
I've enjoyed them all. I think the one I remember the least vividly is probably 2. But they've all been fine. It's a solid action franchise, and I give props to Tom Cruise for being a guy, what is he, 60, 61 at this point? Doing
He's
these
still riding dirt bikes.
crazy stunts in every single one of them. Like the stunt that they've been showing, that everybody's heard about and seen in the commercial and seen clips of on social media, where he uses a mountainside as a ramp and rides a motorcycle off of it and just free falls and then pulls a chute. Like that easily could have been done with a stunt person or CGI, and nobody would have been the wiser. But he's still just like, no, fuck it. I'm going to train and I'm going to do this myself. Because Tom Cruise is a goddamn great American, and he fucking takes pride in his craft.
Well, it's kind of funny.
His Scientology thing is a little problematic, though.
Who
Oh,
cares?
Here we go. This
Who
son
cares?
of a bitch. I was gonna say I brought this up at Thai, I think, or after Thai, before we went to the restaurant or the movie theater. At what point do we start giving Scientology some credit? Because he's been a Scientologist for years, and this guy is doing things no 60-year-old man has ever done.
Yeah. Like Tom Cruise and my mom are the same age, and I would be shocked if my mom rode a bicycle. And Tom Cruise is riding dirt bikes off of a fucking cliff.
Into a stunt.
Well, look at Keanu Reeves. He's pretty old too, and he does jujitsu classes, and he does all the gun training and the getting hit by cars and shit.
No, that's fair, but this is another level of like action.
I mean, I feel like
to Kevin's point, he didn't have to do any of that, and he just did it. And my thing is, maybe he subconsciously like wants to die, or like wants to like.
He's got to be at peace with
go down with the most epic like Hollywood finale ever.
Well, we were talking about this last night as well, and I'm pretty sure I remember hearing that the first thing they shot was this motorcycle stunt in case he died, because Tom Cruise didn't want to waste anybody's time. So, like, if I die, then I just die, and this movie gets scrapped, and we didn't, spend months shooting stuff leading up to this that we have to now scrap. Like, I don't want to waste anybody's time. If I die, I die. Fuck it.
What do you think?
The professionalism on that is just top notch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What do you think the big stunt in the next movie is going to be?
I don't know, because he has been talking about, because everybody was making jokes like, oh, what's he going to do next? Film a movie in space? And he was like, yes, actually I am. We're just kind of waiting for the right reason to take me into space, but I will be shooting a movie in outer space.
I think he's going to do that same jump that Red Bull guy did.
Oh, like drop from the like upper layer of the atmosphere?
Yeah, where you can like really see
Well,
he
kind of did that in
Top Gun.
In Fallout.
In Fallout with Henry Cavill.
Oh yeah, the Halo jump they called it, right?
But I think he's going to go higher.
Well, I don't want to spoil anything here from Mission Impossible, but like, isn't there a chance he does some Ocean Gate shit?
That's not a spoiler. It happens in the very first scene of the movie.
It might.
Yeah. Fair enough. I guess.
Yeah, that could be. I mean, go ahead, Geoff.
I was just gonna say I had no idea. Like, I didn't know that the first scene of the movie was going to be the first scene of the movie. So, like, even that, like, would be kind of spoiling it for someone like me who's going into it, for the most part, blind. I mean, I know what, Tom Cruise and Mission Impossible, I've seen them all, but, like, I didn't know specifically what was going on in this one. So, maybe he does some, like, fucking David Blaine shit where he's like, oh, I'm going to hold my breath for 30 minutes.
Oh, he did that in the previous one. He already did it.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was his big stunt in one of the other Mission Impossibles. He like trained to hold his breath for like 15 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, and then he like did a huge underwater thing where I think it might have been 3.
No, I think it was past. It was like in the Ghost Protocol.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And on one where he.
Because that's when they brought in like Simon Pegg.
Yeah, there was one where. And this is just me. I don't know how true this is, but apparently one of the big stunts in one of the more recent ones was he wanted like a helicopter spiral in front of this waterfall that was like in a curved enclosed cliff area,
like a cove kind of thing.
Yeah, and every person they talked to either said that can't be done, or that's way too dangerous, and even I won't put myself in that situation. So Tom Cruise learned how to fly a helicopter and did that stunt himself.
That sounds like Tom Cruise.
Yeah, it's just like...
He's insane in that regard. Like, he'll just do anything.
Yeah, he's fucking committed. He loves movies. He wants to keep blockbusters and movie theaters open. Well, and I don't care how kooky his religion is or any of that shit. I tip my hat to him. That's a fucking craftsman right there.
Like, him and Tarantino, I feel like, are in that same vein, where it's like they're... Whether you like their movies or not, they're committed to like making movies, like not trying to repackage other things for the big screen or whatever. They're like, No. We really like old school big action movies or like old school storytelling, and we're making unique things. And I mean, Mission Impossible is a series, but it's like Tom Cruise's vehicle.
Yeah. So, what did you guys think?
It has to die when he's done.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
it doesn't carry on without him.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll try to pick it up eventually, but I think like after him, you need to let it breathe for like 5 years. I think that's the best we can ask for.
Yeah. So, what did you guys think of the movie?
Remember, guys, the studio execs are the reasons we get all these remakes. So
Yeah, if
we
you're
shouldn't be
burnt out
siding with them.
on sequels and prequels and superheroes, but I don't know.
Blame those fucks.
Why doesn't Tom Cruise do as many sci-fi movies? He had that kind of string of like really good sci-fi films. I haven't seen him do a sci-fi one in a while, you know? He did that Oblivion, he did The Edge of Tomorrow, or Live, Die, Repeat, whatever it's called now.
I heard they're trying to make another one of those.
I feel like a weird movie to make a sequel to.
It is, but I mean, I remember seeing that because I think that's why they rebranded the title, because it was Edge of Tomorrow, and then it didn't do all that great at the box office, so they were like, oh, it's got to be the weird title's fault. Let's just call it Live, Die, Repeat. That's catchy. But that movie fucking rips.
Oh, yeah.
I love that movie. And Oblivion, people kind of shit on. I think that got bad reviews, but I thought Oblivion kicked ass as well.
That's the one with him in the Yankees hat.
Yeah.
It's not as good as Live, Die, Repeat, but it's still like a fine, independent, like not connected to anything sci-fi movie.
Yeah. It's almost like a sci-fi drama.
Yeah, it's better than that like
points.
Chris Pratt Passengers movie.
Yeah. But Dead Reckoning Part 1. Thoughts?
It was fucking long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that fucking modern runtime that they love going with.
Well, that's kind of what I was scoffing at. It's like, or was scoffing at the time. Like, they didn't. There was far too much of like, this is the most important mission we've ever had. Like, he could have said that twice and saved us like maybe 10 minutes on the other 30 times it was mentioned and discussed.
So I use this app called Run P that
it tells you the scenes.
tells you the best scenes to go to the bathroom during. And the final pee time it recommended was at the hour and 45-minute mark. And the description was just, this is your last chance to go to the bathroom before the final action sequence. And when I saw that, I said to Draven, your Run P is trying to tell us that the last action set piece is an hour long. There's no fucking way. And the last hour of the fucking movie was that entire action sequence. Like, it was just the action sequences were relentless.
Yeah. And
They were relentless.
Right?
Yeah. Just like you would think that an hour-long action scene would just be would get tired, but that whole thing went through so many different phases, but it was all like one kind of like it was just.
Yeah, it was.
It was a little too long, though.
It reminded me a little bit of Mad Max Fury Road, where when the action finally took a break, I like exhaled and it was like, oh my god, I've been holding my fucking breath and gripping the arm of my seat like for dear life for that whole time. I was like, holy shit. Wow, that was intense.
Yeah, it was something.
I always find it funny in every single Mission Impossible movie, they always have like a big elaborate party scene where they're always like meeting a buyer or something. And like they did that in Fallout. I think they did that in Rogue Nation. And I just always find that's always my favorite part of the movie, when the soiree eventually devolves into like a fist fight gunfight.
Yeah. But I mean, if you think about it, this was the 7th installment of the Mission Impossible series. First one started in the 90s. And to have it be this good, that's pretty impressive.
Oh yeah, to hold quality.
Yeah. Keep a franchise that fresh and, great supporting cast with Oh, Carrie Ewells.
Not enough Gary Wells in Mission Impossible 8, whatever one we're on.
You do get a nice.
Kevin literally just said 7.
Let me ask this. So the villain of it, was he a callback from another movie? I didn't remember him, and I felt like there were flashback scenes for him, and I was like, is that before Mission Impossible movies? Or
I think it was. I think it was supposed to be before, because he kept saying that's what got him into the IMF.
Yeah, and I was like,
Because
is that...
Kittredge was the guy who comes to get him in Prague in Mission Impossible 1.
Yeah.
No,
I
but
saw that
Alex is
recently
talking
the other
about
day.
the villain. What was his name again?
Gabriel? Yeah.
Yeah, so that was before he joined. I'm sorry. So that's what Kittredge brought him. Never mind.
So, Shuddy, you've
Kevin's
seen the
explaining
first
it.
one the most recently. Was Gabriel in the first movie?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
So he's not like a recurring character. That's what I feel
No,
like they
this
do
was-
that a lot. Like they call back characters, and I'm like, I don't know if this is a new person or I'm supposed to know who they are.
No, this was Fast and the Furious style retconning to bring in a bad guy that had some
Okay.
sort of relevance.
Although the true bad guy was, appropriately enough, AI,
That
aka
was
the entity.
That was the one. That was the one thing that kind of upset me about the movie. That is the one thing that I can knock it on, is that the bad guy is fucking a computer.
I kind of liked it. Like a rogue AI program that just, like, evolved and rewrote itself to be super aggressive and fucking psychotic. I thought that was kind of
But
neat.
hasn't done anything yet.
Yeah, that's kind of a good point. I'm with Shuddy on that. It was a little weird.
Everybody's reacting to the possibility of what this AI can do.
I mean,
The
it kind
AI's
of... It did some stuff throughout the movie.
Well, I just like how they're like, it's gotten into all of these systems, and they're like, what did it do? And they're like, it left. It just wanted us to know that it could get in there. Like,
I didn't like that I didn't like the name of the thing. I wish they came up with something
the
better.
entity.
Yeah, they called it the entity, and I was like, oh god, can we pick something else? It just sounds so corny.
I mean, the movies are corny.
The movies
I mean,
are corny.
Like, they have to do the stuff from the TV show where, like, this message will self-destruct in
Yeah,
5 seconds.
they gotta have a mask.
If you choose to accept this mission. Like, they got to keep those tropes going, which were created in the 60s. So, of course, they're dated and corny. And then they try to, like, lean into it and, like, laugh at it with the audience. But I think the one part that got the biggest laugh in the theater was not what they intended. And just to leave things vague, a bad guy screaming, "Ethan!"
Oh yeah, that was really funny.
Like Mr. Wilson yelling at Dennis the Menace.
Yeah, it was that was the funniest part of the
They
movie.
could have cut that.
Yeah, they shouldn't have had that at all. He sees what's in his hand, and then it's done.
Yeah.
They like bringing the making sure to tell everybody what IMF stands for, which is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, but they do it and then they roll their eyes like, ugh, yeah, impossible mission force. I did like seeing my probably favorite character actor going, Shea Wiggum, prominently featured. Fucking love that guy.
I do have a little bit of a hard time suspending the disbelief that Shea Wiggum could capture Ethan Hunt. He could be so close to him at all times.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they
Wow.
got to make the government look somewhat competent.
They got a lot
Shea
of guys.
Williams awesome. I feel like he's a good possible foil for Ethan Hunt.
Yeah, he would catch me if I was running away.
I thought the airplane scene with them was really well done. And I felt it was like, oh yeah, they're like a big government force, but then like he's still kind of running around and keeping them at bay and stuff. The scene with the first airline passenger had me kind of laughing. That they think is Ethan.
Oh,
Yeah, that gag.
when
that
he's
they
like trying to rip his face off.
Yeah, he starts putting his fingers in his mouth and stuff.
did. Yeah, that was my favorite bit they did the whole movie. But I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I feel like the Mission Impossible movies, they're always just really fun eye candy, and I feel like this one stepped it up a little bit. I was very happy with the decision to go see this. I liked it a lot. I thought Pom Klementieff, Mantis from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, I thought she was cool.
Oh,
Is that who
she
that was?
Yeah.
She was the French villain lady?
Yep.
She was my favorite part of the movie.
I recognized the name in the trailer, but had no idea who it was. And the entire fucking movie, I'm like, who the fuck is she?
Oh God, I have such a crush on her.
Yeah, her fight scenes were fucking cool.
I want her to attack me with a knife.
Yeah. Pom, if
Alex
you're
would
listening,
let her fart in his face.
Yeah, bring your sword cane.
stab Alex in his wide, magnificent grundle.
Yeah, even with that dumb face paint she had on at the club.
Yeah, I didn't get why they did that.
That was
because she's
so
wearing that
weird
makeup
looking.
in the poster too.
Yeah, I was like, this is the oddest. This is a terrible choice. The painted on like opera mask.
I don't know. Overall, though, I'll suck the first dicks. I'll suck 4.5 Tom Cruise dicks. I thought this fucking ruled. I had a blast the entire time. It was a little bit long, but there was this one part where I thought that was where they were going to end it and split the movies. And I was like, I'm not ready yet. I want more movie. And then they gave a lot more movie. But, I mean, it ended with such fucking cool action scenes that I was just like, yeah, I don't give a shit about the runtime. That was sick.
What do you guys feel about the whole trend of like part 1, part 2 movies now?
I don't like it.
I don't either. That was my big kind of problem. I will say this ending felt more complete than most part 1, part 2 movies.
It did.
Yes.
It definitely felt like, this part of the saga has ended. Like, this could have been... They could have named this Dead Reckoning and then had part 8 be something,
Yeah, like a continuation. I feel like they could have done it the same way.
It's not like Fast X that ends like without any resolution whatsoever.
It feels a bit more like the Daniel Craig Bond movies, like where it's going to be a complete movie, but then it's just sort of like takes part of the story and keeps going,
Yeah. They did it as best they could, because like that's like this other new trope that they're doing a lot with. I feel like, man, I had an example from back in the day, like a movie that you wouldn't even think about because it was so long ago and it's such a classic, but it escapes me now. But it kind of all got revived with Twilight and Hunger Games and Harry Potter. Like the final installment, they had to split it into 2, and it just seems unnecessary.
Well, Matrix kind of did it with like their 2 and 3.
That's right, yeah.
Like that one kind of had a pretty cut and dry like cliffhanger ending in 2.
Yeah,
but
now they're doing it with Dune.
Yep, Dune is another part 1, part 2, and I mean there are some movies where you're like, okay, fine, you're gonna get away with it. Like Harry Potter really leaned into the book's just so long, guys. We just gotta make 2 movies.
It's like, nah, you could have done one.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not much longer than the other books. Like, you could have fit it in.
Yeah, but I think that they were in the middle of filming Dead Reckoning Part 2, and that got shut down.
Oh, because of all the strikes and stuff. Yeah.
Deadpool 3. It's kind of a bummer. Hopefully the shit gets resolved quick.
They should get Tom Cruise to weigh in on the strike. He's on kind of both sides of it. I mean, obviously he's an actor, but he pretty much makes these movies himself.
Yeah.
I mean, he's part of both guilds. He's like part of the producers guild that they're fighting? Isn't it like AFTA or something?
AMTP. AMTPT.
Yeah, I'm sure he's part of that because that's like the producer's version of whatever.
I think so, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's a good question. So how many dicks are you guys going to suck?
I'm going to do 3.5. I liked it a lot. I thought some of it was corny, and I don't like the part 1, part 2, but I loved the action scenes. The knife fights were awesome. There were so many cool knife fight scenes. Like, not to spoil anything, but like there's the one on the bridge is great. And,
yeah.
I mean, really...
You still do knife fighting? That's like a hobby?
I'm more into jiu-jitsu now. I'll sometimes do like kind of some stuff with my friend, but other than that, not like any formal classes anymore.
Well, knife fight with a friend.
Yeah, I mean,
fight with a friend.
Yeah, it's fun
to spar.
Yeah,
what are you doing tonight? Oh, you know nothing. Well, you want a knife fight? Yeah, let's.
Yeah, you'll do that, or 2 ways to do it. You can buy practice knives, or you just take 2 like fathead Sharpies, and you go after and see who makes the most marks on the other person.
Kinda
Whoa.
cool.
We should do that next time we're all in a room together.
That would be a fun.
Yeah, dude.
I'm going to propose. This is completely off.
I
topic.
got you, Geoff. No, it's a birthmark. No, you didn't get me.
I blocked the fucking Sharpie, just punched Kevin right in his head.
Just pull out pepper spray.
I would have ran into your safe and got your gun. Fuck your fucking Sharpie.
No, not fair. Well, what about you, Geoff? How many dicks are you sucking?
I didn't know I was on the hook for the Ethan Hunt dicks. I'll do 4. I thought it was a little too long. I tried to take a nap a couple times, but I couldn't. Like you said, I was scoffing a little bit. There was some like really cheesy, corny dialogue, but that's not why you were there to see the movie. All the action paid off. The screen at the Chinese theater and like the whole setup was just sick. Like, I don't know. It was a really fun movie to watch in the theater, and like the stunts and the action was fucking great. Like the driving, like there was so many like layers and levels of the action between the motorcycle stunt, the driving through Italy, some of the fist fights and knife fights, the gun fights, even like it was just like the action was top notch. Like you can't make it any better. The dialogue and stuff.
Yeah, he did, and he did
Could've been better.
the car driving, like that car chase scene in Rome. Like Tom Cruise did that himself.
It seemed like the lady also did some of the driving stunts. I can't remember her name. The lady who played
Haley
yeah,
Atwell.
Haley Atwell.
Who
Minx.
is aging like fine fucking wine.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
total
she
baby.
was
Old?
she was hot in Captain America, but she is.
Yeah, she looks like she hasn't even aged a day.
I love how Tom Cruise just has a clear brunette type, though.
Yeah.
Is she with Simon Pegg?
Like-
maybe it was just a picture. I thought they might have been together, but I think it's just a picture of them at like a press junket.
All right, what about you, Shuddy? Time to get on your knees and suck some dongs.
375,
Interesting.
and she's mine and Kevin's age, Geoff.
Oh, well, I'm not that impressed then. We're fucking spring chickens over here.
I wonder if
April
she aches when
5th,
she wakes up.
1982.
Oh, that's not old at all. But she still looks great.
Man, she got her whole life ahead of her.
Yeah. Yeah, she just like graduated high school last year.
I could have swore I've never seen this woman before, but I mean, Captain America: Winter Soldier is one of the few good movies from Marvel. She was in all the Captain Americas. Wow, I just never remembered her.
And Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
Oh,
which I
wonder how
don't
much money-
particularly care for.
I wonder how much
binged
money
that
she's made
recently.
off of being Peggy Carter. That's her character in
Yeah, she had the TV show.
Captain America.
I'm sure she like goes to conventions and makes money that way too.
Oh yeah.
Like she probably like
She's probably
that's like $10,000 a weekend probably.
she probably would have been at Comic-Con, right?
Yeah, probably.
Do they? I guess they don't really need her to promote it at Comic-Con.
There's always
But
like
maybe the
people,
next one.
There's the people the studios bring, but then like the convention itself also like brings guests, not necessarily affiliated with the studio. Like they'll pay other people to come in too.
Is Peggy Carter a well-known comic book character? Like, is she always in Captain America?
I think she's as like well known as you'd say like Jimmy Olsen is to Superman.
See, I've never read any Captain America comics. It's just like a huge blind spot. Like I like the Captain America in the movies, and I think Chris Evans killed it. But like as a kid, I always thought Captain America was like a little corny, so I never read any Captain America comics, except when he was in like Avengers books. But
I feel like I read a lot of books where he was like the team leader, but I didn't read too many like individual Captain America books either. Shuddy?
yeah,
I've read the later Captain America stuff, like the Ed Brubaker.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, the woke shit, huh?
What superhero do you guys think you've read the most of, like, individually?
It's got to be
You guys can
Batman.
handle that one.
It's got to be
It would
Batman.
be Batman.
I think mine's Thor.
Really?
I think I might have read... It's either Thor or Spider-Man. Because I went on a big Thor binge over the pandemic. Like, I read everything from, like, before the Unworthy Thor stuff all the way through, like, War of the Realms and a little beyond.
Yeah, I would say for Marvel, it's definitely Spider-Man.
Yep, Spider-Man would
But-
be my, like, number 2, I think.
Overall, it's definitely got to be Batman. I've read because there's like the Batman main series, and then Detective Comics is also Batman, and I've read a fuckload of those.
And there's so many like Batman versus Superman,
Yeah.
and then what's that now the adult Batman that came out a little bit Damned.
Oh, Batman Damned, where he showed his
Yeah.
cock.
Yeah.
The Bat Dong.
And then do you count like Harleen in there? I mean Joker books, because I mean they're technically Batman. It's universe.
No, if Batman's not in him, then I don't count him. But I'd say percentage-wise, I would say I have read almost all Swamp Thing comics that have ever come out.
Oh, okay.
I haven't 100%ed it, but if you did like percentage-wise of everything that's been released, Swamp Thing I've consumed almost all of it. There's like a few stuff that's out of print, like the older shit that I've never read.
It's hard to get a hold of. Yeah.
I did also see another new release
I did too. Go ahead.
straight to Netflix. I watched the Bird Box. I don't know if you would call it a sequel since it pretty much happens at the same time, but I watched Bird Box Barcelona, which I didn't even know it was coming out. I just saw it in the top 10 on Netflix. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Same here.
I liked Bird Box.
Bird Box Barcelona.
I thought it
Yeah.
was like something that already came out, and I just missed it because I didn't hear anything about it. I figured that'd be something that they would hype up because maybe I just really, really liked Bird Box, but I thought it was a very successful movie for Netflix.
I think it got a lot of watches, but for some reason, people hated it. I remember when it first came out.
Wait, the first one?
Yeah. Like, it's got
I
really
thought-
bad reviews.
Didn't we like it?
Yeah.
I mean, well, I know I liked it, but I thought you guys liked it too.
I thought it kicked ass. I thought it was a
Yeah.
really good horror movie. It was not like reinventing the wheel, but a cool premise. And then when I started to play Bird Box Barcelona, it hit me that I forgot the rules. I was like, wait, what the fuck did happen in Bird Box? So it's basically like some creature appears on Earth, like a whole race of them. It's almost like A Quiet Place, but with eyeballs. And if you lay your eyes upon them, like if you look at these things, your eyes get this weird, like sploogey gray shit in them, and then you just kill yourself as quick as possible. And some people kill themselves in quick and easy ways, and some people go the more gruesome, painful route. But I guess it's like if you combined The Happening and A Quiet Place. But I don't know. It felt a little unnecessary, this new one. Like they did sort of expand a little bit because they never show the actual creatures in Bird Box.
Do they ever show what people see? Like, I guess I always took it like they were hallucinating.
Well, they do a little bit of that because in the first one there's like a very small percentage of the population that sees these things and they don't kill themselves, but they still go nuts.
Oh, they like turn into like feral people.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. And they actually, because I remember after Bird Box came out and a lot of people watched it and it was popular, some guy who was on the VFX team put pictures out. He was like, so they cut it from the movie, but you know, we designed and created the creatures and shot scenes with it, and here's what they look like. And they kind of just look like big veiny babies. Like they weren't terribly cool.
They look
So,
like
like-
little pudgy.
Yeah, like I get why they got cut. Because it kind of is more effective when you don't know what it looks like. so your own head will come up with something cooler
Yeah, like the
than
worst
they could
thing
ever show
possible.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in this one, they expand on it a little bit, and I don't know. I guess it could be perceived as spoilery, so I'll just leave it be. They did something kind of cool, but again, it all just felt unnecessary. The main character, they kind of went in a weird direction with it.
So
Like,
none of the same actors.
He's almost no. It's all different actors. All takes place in Barcelona.
Is it in
and
Spanish?
It is.
Okay.
But when we started playing it, it defaulted to English dub, so just wrote it out that way. But the main character is sort of like antagonist and protagonist, which was a little unique. So I appreciated that. But I don't know. For these movies, I wish they went harder with the kills. Like, at least The Happening had people lying down in front of riding mowers and getting fucking chewed up by a lawnmower. Like, it's a lot of just stuff where the camera cuts away.
Someone jumps off a cliff or something.
Yeah, they jump off of cliffs. They cut their own throat. It's like, yeah. Been there, done that. Get more fucking gruesome with it. But it wasn't horrible. It's getting worse reviews than the original Bird Box, which I'm sure is no surprise. But
Wait, so the people who gave it bad reviews, was that the critics or the audience?
both.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's got like a bad Letterboxd score. It's got a bad IMDb score. But I don't think this one was horrible either. It wasn't. I think the original Bird Box was a 4-dicker. This one was like a 3-dicker. Like, if you're really jonesing for more of that universe, it's worth a watch. If you did not like Bird Box, there's no fucking way you'll like this one.
How does it compare to like A Quiet Place, like the sequel to that?
I thought A Quiet Place 2 was fucking awesome.
Yeah, that movie kicked ass. The third one hasn't came out yet, right?
No. I don't even know what the status is, but
Well, it's probably everything's delayed now.
yeah, I feel like A Quiet Place 2 was a step in the right direction, and this one was a step in the wrong direction. What's up, Jeff? You
Because it was
perplexed.
Spanish people, isn't it, Kevin?
Fucking Shuddy Boy.
My audio just randomly cut out of my headphones.
No. What did you watch, Alex? What was the other one you saw?
I watched the Netflix film that came out, The Outlaws. It's with I guess two of the Workaholics guys.
Oh, yeah. Adam Devine and...
Yeah, he's the main one. And then Pierce Brosnan is in it, and I can't remember who his wife is off the top of my head. But it was mediocre. Real middle of the road. The whole premise is that Adam Devine's getting married, and he's never met his fiance's parents. They come to town, and they're just weirdos. And you basically come to find out, it's not really a spoiler, it's in the trailer basically, that they're bank robbers, and they rob the bank that Adam Devine works at, and it's about him now like having to deal with the fact that his in-laws are bank robbers.
All right, so it's a little bit of like Meet the Parents mixed with Trapped in Paradise?
Yeah, well, a little bit. Yeah, I feel like they kind of go for almost a Baby Driver vibe in it. Like with some of the scenes, it's like with some of like like they have some shootouts and they have some car chases and
Okay.
And it's funny. There's a skydiving scene, and watching it like less than 24 hours after seeing Mission Impossible's like live, really well done base jumping, like falling in the sky scene, and seeing like really terribly edited, like Pierce Brosnan and Adam Devine like falling was hysterical. If I had to give it a score, I'm going like 2 out of 5, 2 dicks.
Oh, dang.
It's not great. I had a few chuckles, I'll say. There were a few parts that got me. But they do that thing in modern comedy which I don't like, where it's really clearly a comedic actor who's riffing and is riffed a little too long, and they kept it in because they thought it was funny. And it was like, it doesn't work at all in here.
Yeah, that was one of the things I've been talking to some filmmakers that I know about, like as far as what to expect when being on set and directing and stuff. And they were like, be careful to not present your comedy like it's an SNL skit, because that works for SNL, but it doesn't work for movies. So a general rule of thumb is if it's killing on set, it's going to die on screen. Like, one way somebody put it to me, they were like, name a movie that you love. And I was like, Big Lebowski. And he's like, okay, perfect. The scene when they go to that kid's house with his homework. And he's like, is this your homework, Larry? Is this your homework? Is this your homework, Larry? Like, it wasn't done in, like, a comical, over-the-top, silly way. It was fucking deadpan.
Yeah. They were serious the whole time.
Yeah, and I'm sure while they were shooting that scene, nobody, like, the PAs weren't sitting there, like, covering their mouths, like, like, giggling. But when you watch that scene, and then when he starts smashing the Corvette, this is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass. Like, you watch that at home, and it's fucking awesome. But that stuff probably didn't kill on set. And I was like, ooh, I have got to keep that in the back of my head. That is good to know.
Yeah, it feels like nowadays when you see some comedic movies that they just wrote in the script, like, and then a joke happens, and then they expect whoever is the comedic actor to be like, okay, funny, say something funny in this spot. Like,
Yeah.
And then they just riff a little bit, and you get sort of just like more beer talk than anything, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. All right, well, Alex, good seeing you, homie.
It's good seeing you guys.
It's been too long. What happened, Geoff? Are the gardeners back with the vibrator in your ass?
No, little mama is just going to town on her own beaver. That's gross.
I don't know. Maybe she heard our random brain question about tossing your own salad, and she was like, oh, that's
See
a good
what it's
idea.
like. I got the flexibility.
I could reach my pussy.
Little mama's like,
no.
hey, I'm in Cirque du Soleil.
You.
Jesus Christ, little mama. I tell you every day the same thing. Be a good girl. And what are you doing over there? You're being bad.
But it was good seeing you, homie. Thanks for coming by. I know the Puminati's probably missed you.
I love coming on. This is one of the reasons I come to LA for vacations. I'm like, gotta go on the podcast.
And if you want more Alex Wilson in your life, as well as the three of us, check out patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. We've got another show we're going to record right after this one. More questions about Geoff sucking dicks, Shuddy Boy's fucking news, a lot more.
When will it end?
A lot more fun to be had. And you also we're right in the thick. We're balls deep in Crafter Geoff Shuddy edition. New episode coming on Thursday. It's good to have that back. So check it out, patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. You can also follow us all on Instagram. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
At Jeff Records.
At Mr. Alex Wilson.
And at MSPH Podcast. And at John Cooper Movie. Alex, you got anything to promote? Anywhere people can like buy stickers or prints?
Oh, I got an Etsy shop. The link is in my Instagram. I'm selling sticker packs. It's 4 stickers, $9 free shipping. They're pretty big stickers too. I think they're a little over 3 inches. So I think it's a good deal. Jump on
it's
there.
like the size of my grundle.
Yeah, I know. It's exactly.
Oh, there
hey,
you go.
Jeff's got one right there.
Jeff's got it on his water bottle.
And he's got the dragon on the other side. I got some new prints out too. I haven't put them up yet, but I'm kind of in the process of printing them all out. So I'll have some new dragon prints up there in the next probably month or so.
Nice. If you want to watch this show, youtube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. You can see all 4 of our lovely faces, minus the Easter egg, which is exclusive to the audio podcast. But this week is definitely one worth checking out, I will say.
Oh, he moved. I tried to use since the dogs can open the door to the office, I tried to use my kettlebells to block the door, and Miles could only get his head in. And he was standing there for about a minute and a half till I decided to try and move the camera. So never mind.
You got
Miles was
kettlebells there? You doing Turkish get-ups?
Miles was like, hey,
I mean-
are we talking about licking our own assholes still?
I have not used the kettlebells in quite a while. They're very dusty.
Kettlebells are the best. It's like the best workout, I think.
But you do pick them up and put them in front of the door, so that's something.
Yeah.
That's like 2 calories.
It's like 3 feet. My 5-pound and my 10-pound kettlebell.
Oh, that's it. You gotta get up there, Shuddy. You gotta get some 40-pound kettlebells.
I'll lift those up with my dick.
Yeah, like coat hanger style.
All right, everybody. Some of you, we will catch in Patreon land. And to the rest of you, until next time, something.